Hey gamers, I'm going to do this again. We're doing another reaction to a reaction of Michael Vey 6. I like doing these because it's just a chance to get to talk about stuff I normally wouldn't get to otherwise. And I also just like seeing what my friends have to say about the stuff I've made. So let's go.
Just a really fun take on like something that's usually just kind of poo poo, not very good.
Thank you, man. I will say, reading the books now, knowing that I'm going to make a video based on the book makes it way more enjoyable. It's like the as much as I like to shit on the Michael Vey series and like give Richard Paul Evans a lot of crap, there are some really nice and good moments in that series. And knowing that like well, especially with this one with the lightning tower and the animation, like knowing that I can do something about that and it's not just like I'm reading it and that's it, it makes it way more enjoyable.
I fuck with this sequence.
I'm so glad you fuck with this sequence. Hold on, let me give it a second when it goes back to the monkeys. So, in my notes for this, when I was reading, like I made a note of what kind of monkey it was because if anything, I am only faithfully accurate to the original story, and I've never altered it at all. I've only portrayed the Michael Vey series accurately. So I was like, oh, okay, it would be cool little detail if I got the actual kind of monkey that's mentioned in the book. So I just looked up, like, I forget what kind it was, but like that monkey PNG, and this fucking image came up. And I was just giggling to myself so much that I was like, okay, I've got to include this. The way he just stares at the camera, man, it's insane.
This is just being done so well. I feel like if this was executed less well, I would have said that like this has gone on for too long way before, but like it's just done well. Good sequence.
He's locked. I'm really glad that sequence actually hit because I thought about cutting it all together. I was like, this is stupid. It goes on for way too long. Like the joke stops being funny after 5 seconds. After like the chanting starts and you get to like the second or third zoom, and I was like, I don't know if this is that funny anymore. So I tried to kind of redeem it with like the little transition into the frown with the smile. And I thought that saved it. But like originally, this was like a 2 minute joke. I think it goes for like 45 seconds to a minute in the final cut, but on my second or third cut, like it was just a good 2 minutes of Quentin and this monkey staring each other down. And that was definitely too much. But I'm glad it hits.
Tanner
Get this
reference.
man in action. Taylor
Yes.
and her mom return to the ranch and they fucking kill him. I I'm so mad at how Tanner dies. Like he he gets put to the side, occasionally brought up so you remember he exists, and then he just gets killed.
Is this good writing? What?
There are little sparks of it. If you look closely, there are little sparks of good writing. It's like the lightning arrow is, well, it's not an actual arrow. That's just my artistic interpretation. But like when he climbs a tower and gets struck by lightning, like really good moments like that. If you can't tell by how much I'm talking about it, I really really love the like climax of this book. I love it so much.
What the fuck?
Have McKenna dress up as a student to. Okay, I gotta talk about this scene a lot because for something that's over very quickly, I did put a lot of time into this scene. So originally, I wanted, they're going to a school and it's an all girls school, which is a whole nother thing, given the context of some of these books. But they're having Welch like stand outside of this school, and then McKenna is gonna go dressed as a schoolgirl again, a whole nother thing. But she's going to like try to blend in as one of the students, and then just like Welch picks her up and they go back to the group. I don't remember exactly what happens, but I thought it would be way funnier if Welch was one of the schoolgirls. So I tried to like find a schoolgirl uniform PNG that would like fit, but he's a fucking egg, so it's a little hard to make PNGs fit on him. So I just went for like the anime eyes and blush instead.
Here's the thing, right? I genuinely can't think of anywhere else on YouTube or anywhere else I've seen shit like this. Like these kinds of bits, this style of video. I don't know if I can't think of anywhere else I've seen this.
That's such a huge compliment, and it's during this scene of everything. This so I'll just take a second and gush about this scene because I kind of like this more than the actual finale of this book. So this voice clip, for anybody who might not know, is from JoJo Part 3 when Jotaro stops time to kill Dio. I tried to like recreate the camera movement on Dio as much as possible.
Anywhere else.
Like when it goes to his hand, that's the part in the audio where the camera is on Dio's hand, like slowly freezing, and then this the tilt up on the body, like, and I think I punch in here as well.
Is this dialogue?
Yep. This is my attempt at basically recreating the Jotaro versus Dio final showdown. Okay, hold on. I just had like a random thought here. Where the fuck are Bryan and Kylee? the other two Elgin Electric kids have just been sitting on their asses. They have had no screen time. They've had no mention. Maybe like a quick little, Bryan and Kylee are doing this or that. But it's, so many of these characters just feel like they collect dust. I think that's because there are so many like central characters to this story that like by the time this book came around, it's like, yeah, somebody's gotta die. I'm just upset that it happened to be Gervaso and Tanner, who are two of my favorites. Not going to include in this video.
Not like this plan. Oh no. Oh.
Yeah, the realization hits. This was by far like the worst shit I've read in terms of Richard Paul Evans not beating the allegations. I don't want to go too... I actually, you know what? I'm just going to fucking say it all because I don't want to beat around the bush with this. This genuinely made me stop and be like, I don't fucking know about this one, Richard. So JD, and during his introduction, he flirts with Taylor a lot, and he like calls her a beauty and like a gem and all that or whatever, and he like tells Michael that he's lucky to have her or anything, and then he like touches her or something, and that's when she reads his mind and they find out he's a traitor, if I'm remembering this all right. And later on, she reads his mind again after they realize he's a traitor, and he wants... The reason Hatch says don't kill Michael is because obviously he wants to, eat him. Cannibalism is cool or whatever. But then he also says don't kill Taylor. And the reason for that is because JD wants to keep Taylor as a pet. And given the context of his previous interactions with Taylor, you can kind of fill in the blanks. It's so fucking creepy the way that I hate it. I hate it so much. Stop sexualizing the children, Richard Paul Evans. To eat Michael. Yeah. It's so absurd. You can only laugh. Like of all the things it could have been like, oh, Hatch wants to make an example of Michael or whatever. Nope, he wants to eat him. And the book even goes into detail, like they have a special cannibal fork that he wants to eat him with. I don't care. I don't even care anymore, man. These books have gotten so ridiculous that you just kind of accept the insanity. That's just disgusting. It's time for the beginning of the
fucking unhinged. Like, what the
Well said, Anthony. Well said.
Look at this man. Look at this fucking man. Picture. This fucking weirdo. I did not know who this fucking creature. I didn't know who this guy was before Stainless's videos. He has the same smile in every picture. God fucking damn it. This fucking guy. The guy who just got introduced.
I will never forgive you. The prison is falling quickly. Everyone is... Okay, so he said a guy that just got introduced. That goes to show you how little Tanner has been in this fucking series. The fact that Anthony thinks Tanner was just added to the books. Oh my god. Talk about character assassination. I mean, literally, he's dead. Tanner could have been everything. He could have been so great. Now he's dead. And they're just going to keep making references like, oh, it's so sad that Tanner died. It's not. You've talked to him twice. Be realistic. Fucking dead.
Rip Tanner.
Nobody knows what. Yeah, rip Tanner. But like, the equivalent of Tanner dying to most of these people, I think the only person who's had like a good one-on-one interaction with him is Michael. At least that we've seen. But like, the equivalent of Tanner dying to these people is like if you found out your cashier at Walmart died. It's like, oh, that sucks, but I don't really know them like that. Oh my god. I'm angry. All right, listen up. Netflix, I heard a rumor that there's going to be a Michael Vey like movie or TV show or something, but they've probably been saying that for years. Do justice for my boy. Make him interesting. Just then,
most unusual.
Let him be the star he could have been. Both know this is the only way. This is where like one of those few sparks of really good writing kicks in. I also love I mean, Jack is just a great character. Like anytime you have a group of extraordinary people, the regular person usually ends up stealing the show. And I think Jack is a great example of that. Because like you have Michael, Zeus, Abigail, Tessa, McKenna, Ian. Especially Ian, he's been invaluable to the team, like being able to look through things with X-ray vision. Austin's a genius, but like, I mean, Taylor, of course, Taylor is freaking the backbone of the team as well with her mental abilities. But like, Jack is just a dude. There is not really anything that special about him, and that's what makes me love him so much. Is because he can stand toe to toe with all these extraordinary people, and the moment he has with Michael, where he just like pleads with him, this big strong man like begging, crying for Michael to not go because he knows that Michael's gonna fucking die. Like, that is a beautiful moment. And then it, you know, gets portrayed like this in my video. It gets portrayed with this fucking image. I never realized how crooked his smile was until now. I really did him dirty, man. Maybe I'll just play through Infamous on the channel. Infamous Second Son. I've never played any of the other ones, but Second Son is like, I did play First Light, I should say, but I haven't played any of the Cole games. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just do a regular playthrough of Second Son. Is that something you guys are interested in? I don't know. What do you guys want from me?
Oh, I like this.
This is the corniest shit I've ever done in a video, and I loved every second of it. Like, it's like in anime when they give the characters backstory before they're about to die. Like, I just really thought this was a little nice moment. Considering how much time I take between each of these videos, it'd be nice to go back and like see some stuff from the very first part, like when the Electro Clan first gets formed, or when he gets the Hello Kitty watch.
He's stretching out that animation that took him forever to make. I respect it.
Obliterating everything. Yeah, I had no clue what to do for the visuals in that part. I was like, if I had the time and the artistic ability mostly, I would absolutely love to do like a full sequence of him like getting hit by lightning, turning it into this arrow from Jujutsu Kaisen, then actually showing it fire and go across the island, turn the sand to glass, and then fuck up Hatch. But like, I can't do that, man. I'm just one dude sitting in his bedroom making these videos. Yeah, this took some time. Even though I traced it and I didn't do like anything original, I'm not trying to claim original credits for making this or anything. I will happily admit that I traced over the Sukuna fire arrow from Jujutsu Kaisen, but yeah, it took a while still. Especially for somebody like me. I've drawn like 4 things in my life, and they've all been for this series. Like, I am anything but an artist. So this was a huge thing for me. Sure, and prepares to get everyone off the island. Another problem I have with this, we don't see them steal the jewel. It just happens off screen. They freaking off screen like the whole mission that's been building up for the past 2 books. Ever since the jewel has been mentioned, it's been treated like the jewel is the beating heart of the Elgin, and without it, they're just done because that's all their money. And then they go and do it off screen. I can kind of give them a pass for this because instead of watching them steal the jewel, we get the lightning strike, and that's awesome. That's probably the best Michael Vey moment, period, from what I can remember about book 7, which I read like 6 years ago. So very hazy memory. Yeah, I'm just a little disappointed we don't see them steal the jewel. I want to know how they did it. Like, for as much as the jewel is hyped up and it's like the unbreaking defenses and all, they seem to have a pretty easy time.
I think it's pretty obvious what I think of this video. It fucking sucks. 0 out of 10.
No.
KYS.
No.
Etc. Etc.
No.
I'm joking, obviously. These videos get better and better as they go along.
Oh, thank you.
And I like that. I'm a fan of this.
If you like it so much, then why haven't you liked the video? Huh? I know he's not signed in on YouTube, but like, why aren't you signed in and why haven't you liked the video, huh? I thought we were friends, Anthony. I'm not gonna give him shit for it. That's his choice whether he wants to like the video or not.
Getting better at the format. Every video is getting more ambitious. Like he was planning on like fucking doing a proper animation sequence for this.
Yeah, like I said, I did want to do more animation, but it's very humbling to actually go. I think there's 20 frames in the lightning arrow sequence. It's very humbling to draw the same picture 20 times. Especially like one with a lot of detail, like the Sukuna fire arrow. And I scaled down the details immensely. But like that's still a lot. You know, it's like they almost have entire studios to do this stuff or anything, and it's not just one guy sitting in his bedroom. That's so crazy. Like animation YouTubers, I don't know how they do it. That's crazy. So I do want to talk about book 7 for a second. I have no fucking clue how I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to top book 6. And honestly, from what I'm remembering of book 7, it's kind of empty. Like, because Michael's gone. So a lot of the book is just kind of like, oh man, I miss Michael. And like, obviously he's going to show up again. And then it's like, oh wow, he's back. All right, anyways, got to kill Hatch. Yeah, book 5 was really empty. Like, not much happened in part 5. And I'm imagining 7 is going to be about the same. This book was great. It had a lot of shit, a lot of interesting writing choices to talk about. I don't think part 7 is going to be that at all. I'm honestly kind of expecting part 7 to fall flat. I don't know. I just kind of want to say, like, don't get your hopes up for part 7. And I also don't know when I'm going to do it. I actually don't have the book with me right now. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to get part 7 out. It's going to be at least a week. I can tell you that. But, like, I've got other shit I want to do too, man. Michael Vey has just, like, consumed my life. I want to do a different series. I want to start another series at least. So expect the first episode of a different series, a gaming series. I won't go too into it because I want it to kind of be surprisey of what it is, because I think it's really cool. I think it's a really cool concept. And it's going to be a series with Anthony. So with Anthony Kruggs. I just kind of wanted to hopefully let you down easy that part 7 is going to be rough. Or maybe part 7 is going to be great. Who knows? But don't expect animation in part 7. I can tell you that right now. Don't expect any kind of animation or anything that was a one-time thing. Part 6 was justified because the Lightning Tower kicks ass. And that is probably like one of the best things Richard Paul Evans has ever written. I love that scene to death. And I have very mixed feelings about it, that the same man who wrote that awesome scene also wrote the whole Taylor pet thing. So, yeah. I guess that's kind of it here. I will leave you with this recommendation. You should read the Twilight Princess manga. It's really good. Oh, there's Azora people. That's new. Okay. Bye.